Okay, so this time I actually know my mic was working because Matt was just in the party chat a minute ago. Thankfully, this update did not take as long as I was worried it was going to. Did manage to finish the update today. Okay, so Anakin had twins again. This is Rosalie. And this is Athena. Out of 5 kids, 4 of them being half werewolf, half vampire, and 1 of them being half werewolf, half alien, Athena is the only one that was born a werewolf. Which means I have to make a decision whether I continue the legacy the way I had planned to, with Lucian learning how to make the vampire cure and becoming a werewolf, or if I continue the legacy with Athena, since he is already a werewolf. Also, Rosalie is the only girl of the 5 kids. And either way, I'm gonna have to probably make the vampire cure anyway, unless I use cheats, because I think we're turning Rosalie into a mermaid. Right now, I think I am still leaning towards my original plan of Lucian learning how to make the cure and then becoming a werewolf. And at this point, that might just be because at the moment I am a little bit more attached to Lucian and Silas because I have, like, they've been around longer. I'm attached to Leonard too, but not quite as much because I always knew Leonard was, from the time he was born, when he was born an alien, I knew he wasn't going to be the heir. Because the whole point of this is the heir has to be a werewolf, and unless I use cheats that might break the game, Leonard can never become a werewolf. Because he is not a hybrid, to my knowledge. If he ages up to a teen and he's a hybrid, then we'll rethink the plans. Also, off-stream, before the twins were born, Anakin's mom, Annabelle, died. So everybody is grieving, even though none of the kids actually met her. There was a reason for that I will not get into on this stream. But yeah, they're all kind of having a bad time. Been working on skills with the twins. Well, I guess just calling them the twins doesn't really work very much anymore because there are 2 sets of twins in the house. Been working on skills with the older twins. I did add a new bedroom for the younger twins. I think Leonard still needed some skills too. Okay, he only needs the motor skill right now. So we're just gonna have the kids dance together for a little while. Oh, Lucian has already given up. Silas just got to level 10 of the... Yep, motor skill. Leonard just got to level 8. Right, I think all the kids are going to bed though. Oh, Silas isn't really tired. And the game is frozen. Athena is definitely a werewolf. Every once in a while you can hear the little bit of howling in between Athena crying. I'm not hearing it with Rosalie though. So I don't think she's a hybrid. I would prefer that they weren't vampire werewolf hybrids, because vampire werewolf hybrids are broken. Like unplayable broken. Okay, what does Rosalie need? Is she just hungry? Also, Anakin probably would have gotten a promotion already. But he went into labor at work and had to leave early. Like, went into labor about an hour after work started. Okay, she was hungry. Well, that's taken care of for now. Alright, and Silas is getting tired now. He did get at least one level. I'm a little more worried about Leonard's skills right now because he's the next to age up. Well, Rosalie and Athena are the next to age up, but Leonard is the first of the older kids to age up to a teen in only a few days. I think as of right now, I do think I am still leaning towards Lucian being the heir. I do kind of like the whole Lucian learning to make the vampire cure and asking asking Anakin to turn him into a werewolf. I was gonna say one of his dads, but Dennis is a vampire. Although, depending on how long it takes, it could be either Anakin or Athena that turns him into a werewolf if Athena's old enough by then. So I think Lucian will, like I said, end up being the heir, turning into a werewolf. I mean, that could change. Okay, Leonard maxed all of his childhood skills. Okay, you know what, Dennis? Why don't you just age them up to infants? It's their birthday anyway. Okay, Dennis is gonna age up Rosalie, and Anakin can age up Athena. As soon as he's aged up, I can cheat needs, because I'm getting frustrated anyway by all the screaming. Oh, and one of them's still crying. Okay. Okay, so as expected, Athena is definitely a werewolf. Rosalie is definitely a vampire. But yeah, I think Lucian's gonna be the heir. But I do think when I get ready for him to move out, I think him and Silas are gonna move out and live in an apartment for a little while. Forgot what I was looking for. I was looking for the play mats. Anakin doesn't seem to have them in his inventory, though. I might have sold them. Because I think by the time Lucian and Silas were toddlers was when I had decided to wait a while before they had more kids. Yeah, okay, I think I probably sold them. I think at the moment the goal for the stream is to... I was gonna say get to Tuesday when it's Leonard's birthday, but honestly I might just age him up a little bit early. That way I can do, if I play more off stream tonight, or if I play in the morning, I could do all 3 of their makeovers at once. And the room makeovers at the same time as well. Honestly, this might be a shorter stream. I am so tired. I did want to stream to sorry, had to yawn there. Wanted to stream to show that the Anakin had the babies. They were twins. Stream them aging up into infants, and Leonard aging up into a teen, which his birthday is Tuesday. But I don't think it's the worst thing to age him up 2 days early. I also think that makes it so he starts high school tomorrow instead of on Wednesday. And while I'm not gonna make him... Hi, welcome to the stream. I'm not gonna make him really help out all that much with the infants. But like, if he does go and help out with them, that would be nice. Because I know sometimes teen sims will go help with their younger siblings without you making them do it. Hi, welcome to the stream. There we go. Leonard aging up. I'll click randomize a few times. If I don't really like what I get, then I will just pick something. I'll probably just pick something. I think the plan was for him to eventually be a musician, so... Alright, there's Leonard as a teen. Alright, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. He does look a little bit like Anakin in his human disguise. Not a lot, though. But like I said, I don't know if the human disguise for aliens actually carry much of their parents' genetics. If any at all. I have no idea how that works. And I'm pretty sure I actually changed his hair color and skin tone a bit to match more closely to Anakin's. I might have even changed his eye color. Oh, and it looks like Dennis is at work. I don't know if Anakin works today. Oh, Dennis is getting a promotion today. Anakin doesn't work till tomorrow. Okay, that's Rosalie on the floor screaming. Why is she screaming? She's just screaming. Okay, it looks like she's screaming because she needs a nap. For now, I'm just gonna have him go put her in the crib. And, they're in the wrong cribs, but that's okay. Okay, so it looks like Silas is enjoying the piano as well. I think so far the only one I haven't seen like voluntarily playing the piano is Lucian. But I think I did give Silas the creative trait, so that might be why. And I realized, and I was telling Matt about it before the stream, this is the first year in a very long time where I didn't have anything planned for the channel for Star Wars Day. Like, I'm trying to come up with plans now, but normally I have this stuff planned weeks or even months in advance, and I just didn't this year. Dennis just got a promotion. But this year has been just... everything's like gone off the rails. And I know I can't say it's just this year because it really started like back in September last year and then got so much worse in October, and then it's just everything's kind of kept spiraling for me. I'm doing a bit better emotionally, but still, you know, for sure not over having friends leave. That still sucks, still hurts, but it's life. Not everybody stays forever. But then, with that happening, and Tinkerbell being missing for as long as she was, the check from my tribe still not being here, and because the check from the tribe isn't here, I have been struggling to pay my credit cards because I was counting on that money. I was counting on that money being here in March, and now we're coming up on May and it's still not here. I'm managing with family's help to pay credit cards, but it's just... I'm just stuck waiting. And now I'm trying to win back Tinkerbell's trust because she's back, but she doesn't want to be near anybody. I don't know if she has kittens or if she's just... I don't know if something happened with like the neighbors or somebody, if somebody hurt her, or if she's just not wanting to trust anybody right now. I have no idea. For the moment, all I can really do is keep feeding her and talking to her when she's here and hoping that she'll eventually start coming back up to all of us. But it's just, I've had a lot of stuff on my mind, and apparently planning Star Wars stuff for the channel was not anywhere in there until this week. So yeah, there will be Star Wars stuff for at least the first week of May. I don't know if I'll continue. Usually I do like 2 weeks of all Star Wars stuff, or almost all Star Wars stuff. I don't know if that will fully continue this year, but there will be at least a week of mostly Star Wars shorts. Like, in all honesty, I'm not quite sure how I pulled off what I did in October the way I did it with everything that happened. Like, I remember I had October planned weeks in advance. I had, You know, we got new Sims DLC back in October. We got new Pokemon game back in October. Plus, for me, Halloween is a pretty big deal for me, especially on the channel. So, I like had it planned out. There was going to be a few days that were Halloween themed shorts, and then it was going to be a week of Sims shorts because of the Sims DLC, and then a little bit of Halloween again, and then a week of Pokemon shorts, and then the rest of it Halloween. And then in the midst of that, while still doing recordings and, you know, trying to budget how I was gonna get the DLC and the game, and how I was even gonna get the game on release day because family member had to work late that day, and I didn't have another way to get to the store. During all of that, somebody that I considered a close friend and one of my best friends left my Discord and deleted me as a friend on everything. Without any warning. Like, I knew it was probably coming. He hadn't been talking to me for weeks before that. But I still didn't expect that. And then also when he left, another person I considered a pretty good friend and another person I considered a friend left with him. One of them I knew would because his husband, but the other one left as well, and then within like a week or two of that, another friend left that I would have considered a pretty close friend. So that all really sucked, and it like for me was some of the worst timing that they could have all left, because yeah, I mean, no timing would have been great, but like when I had all of this stuff planned and I still had to do it all while barely being able to function as a person, and you know, less than a month before my birthday too. Then for the first time in 7 years, I had to celebrate my birthday without 3 of those people. So and yeah, I haven't been talking about it as much because I'm trying to move past it, and I don't want anybody to think badly about any of the people that left. You know, I am still not quite sure what caused it because I got nothing from any of them. They just all left without a word. But I'm sure they had their reasons, and like I said, that's life. You can't make somebody be your friend if they don't want to or they feel like they can't. but then after all of that, my family springs a Christmas event on me pretty last minute, and I had to plan for that. And then again, even though some of those friends didn't necessarily celebrate Christmas, for me, that was getting through holidays still without those friends. And then part of it too was just the being excited about new Sims features, even though the friends didn't really play Sims. I'd still tell them about it. Being excited about new Pokemon stuff, and you know, the person I wanted to talk about it with the most not being there. Then it was being excited about the Pokemon DLC stuff, and that same person still not being there. And before holidays and my birthday, it was I haven't really talked that much about it, but like, growing up, my family would just say that I was shy. But as I got older, I started to realize more, it seems more like it is a form of social anxiety, and it's like very intense. So, I'm fine on here, you know, and I'm fine with people that I know. But having to talk on the phone, having to talk face to face to somebody that I don't know, is not easy for me. And at the end of October, I had to do my over-the-phone interview for disability. And I am still waiting on any update on that as well. Like, the lady that did the interview, she seemed pretty confident that I would get approved, but I am still waiting for any answer. Okay, Lucian came home from school because he had to pee. This game. But yeah, just that stuff happened, and then it felt like it was one more thing after another, and then at the same time, and I know it's an issue I have to deal with because it's not my friend's problem, but after having people that I thought would never leave the way they did, and end friendships the way they did, now it has become more of an issue for me, thinking that it's going to happen again with more people. So far, that has not been the experience, you know. I'm pretty sure Matt and Peppy are not going anywhere, but I was also pretty sure the other friends weren't going anywhere. But again, I guess that's just life. And like I said, I'm doing a lot better emotionally than I was back in October or November. But at the same time, I still have harder days still, and days where my already existing depression is like amplified by PMS, and that makes everything so much worse. Didn't expect this to be my stream tonight. And it's like, it's also kind of sensory overload right now with the crying babies and the phone ringing. And it's because I have the mic on, I have it where the side with the mic on it, the earbud is in my ear. But yeah, again. Like I said, dealing with my own issues. Sorry. Very, very painful hiccups. Those happen sometimes. I don't know why, I don't know what causes them, I just know that me and a couple of other family members have the same issue. And it's not every time I have hiccups, it's just sometimes. Why is there a guitar in the baby's room? But yeah, dealing with my own issues and I guess kind of in a way grieving for friendships that were lost. Then worried about my cat that was missing for 2 weeks. Like I said, she's back. She's just, like, right now not ready to trust anybody. I don't know what happened in the 2 weeks that she was missing. It could have been literally anything. Then not having the check from my tribe when I really needed it. And also, less of a like a major issue like the other stuff, but still a very inconvenient thing would be the way Sims was glitched all week, where it had the welcome pop-ups for all the packs. which was very frustrating because I do, at the moment, own like every pack that is not considered a marketplace maker pack. I don't have any of those. There's a few that I like and I might end up getting, but again, right now I do not have the money. I am thankfully going to be able to cover my credit card payment for this month, for at least one of the credit cards right now. Hopefully I get my check before the next one is due. If not, I'll figure it out. At this point, I don't want to have to, but I do have the backup plan of selling my guitar if it becomes a necessity. I think that's the only thing that I have that's worth any money that I would be willing to part with. And it's not going to be worth a lot. It's not by any means an expensive guitar. But it would give me enough probably to pay a credit card payment or two. But same thing. I got myself into this mess with the credit cards, and I gotta figure out how to get out of it. I do know, I had been talking about looking for a job, but also with the way I have been feeling physically for like the past 2 or 3 weeks, there is no way I could be able to handle any kind of physically demanding job. And I can't. My eyesight prevents me from doing certain things. The social anxiety prevents me from doing certain things. I have a lot of physical limitations right now. Like my arm, where I've had, anybody who's been around the channel would probably know, for years I've had an issue with my right arm, where if I overwork it by having to take care of my animals, like cleaning up their messes in the yard, filling in holes because they like to dig, whatever, or if I overwork my arm by mashing buttons on a video game controller, it gets sore and tired really quickly, and also lifting things does that. And now, in this past week, I have hurt my ankle twice. I tripped in one of the holes that Ollie has been digging in the backyard and messed up my ankle pretty bad, and it is the ankle I broke when I was a teenager. And then today, the ankle had been doing better. I hadn't had any more issues with it. But today, I was like crouched down, petting my dog, and I went to try to get up, and I lost balance and ended up twisting my ankle trying to catch myself. It's fine right now, but if I'm up moving around too much, it starts hurting again. and it's still the same ankle. Because for anyone who didn't know, I broke my ankle in a trampoline accident when I was 14. Like, completely shattered my ankle. And then, we actually were a little bit late getting to an emergency room because I had never broken a bone before. So when I told family I thought I broke my ankle, they thought that they thought I didn't break it and it was just hurt. And then by the time it started swelling a lot was when they decided probably a good idea to go to the hospital. And it was like completely shattered. I am honestly not sure how I got off a trampoline and walked as far as I did on a broken ankle. But then again, I've always been stubborn and have a pretty high tolerance for pain. And that's what I mean too when I'm saying I'm in so much pain that I am having problems. There's something up because I do have a pretty high tolerance for pain. Again, got off a trampoline and walked probably like 110 feet on a broken ankle at 14. And then was so stubborn, and I hated using the crutches that they ended up having to give me a boot to put over the cast so I could walk on it after about 2 weeks of having the cast on. But yeah, this conversation went so far from where it started. It started as me saying I didn't have anything planned for Star Wars Day. But yeah, I am like starting to plan stuff for it now. I have some ideas. I mean, mostly it is going to be a lot of the same games I already play for streams and shorts, just including some of the more Star Wars themed stuff about those games. So like, some point during the first week of May, if you guys watch my shorts, you're probably going to see Lucian and Silas get lightsabers. Oh, didn't mean to do that one. Then, you know, maybe at some point during the week, I do a stream with a sim that plays through the actual Star Wars pack stuff. I haven't done that in a while. Like, I think the last time I had a sim do that on stream was it Ember? It was either Egbert, his daughter Ember, or Kelsey. And I think Kelsey was Egbert's aunt. So that's been years. And I do also have a save that has a Kylo Ren sim and his son Barry. Or grandson Barry. Sorry, it's grandson. I figured I'd try to work on their skills a little bit while I was still talking. Then I have some Fortnite plans for Star Wars week. Well, Star Wars, probably Star Wars Day will be the Fortnite stuff, some of it. But like I said, I usually do at least a week of Star Wars themed stuff for the first week of May. I might do a few streams as well. I still haven't beat the Star Wars game that I have. I got stuck on a boss fight and haven't gone back for it in a while. Okay, this will be the last skill Lucian needs to finish right now. There we go. Alright, what does Silas have left? Just social. They might even get to age up a little bit early too. I don't necessarily know how early I'd want to age them up, because I kind of want them to both be earning an A in school first, which I don't think either of them are at the moment. Yeah, I definitely think Leonard is gonna be a musician. I think... Let's see, when is Rosalie and Athena's birthday? Okay, their birthday is on Friday. Okay, so I think what I'll do is probably next time I stream this, we'll have the younger twins age up on Friday, and could potentially have the older twins age up on Sunday. That way they would start high school on Monday as well. I know I had other shorts planned. Like, I have 2 Fortnite shorts recorded. I have clips for 1 Sim short. I'm gonna be doing an update for my Legacy family as a short. But I basically have all of that for after a week of Star Wars shorts. Because I'll have 1 Fortnite one tomorrow, probably. Okay, well there's the skill maxed out for Silas as well. And I am little by little working on shiny hunting for other stuff. I have a plan to play through Pokemon Shining Pearl with an all shiny team. I have a plan to replay through Pokemon Shield with an all shiny team. I'm still doing my Scarlet playthrough. I did beat the Elite Four, but I still have the post game and then eventually the DLC. I think I'm gonna play through Let's Go Pikachu with an all shiny team. I can't post like long form content on that unless I were to just like talk about how it went, which I have seen some people do, but I wouldn't be able to show footage or anything of it because I do not have a capture card for my Switch, and even if I did, I myself do not have a computer that could handle streaming or recording. I have an old laptop that barely works. Last time I tried to use it, I couldn't even get the thing to turn on. But I will, when I do those playthroughs, I will upload shorts on here about what I'm doing on there and stuff. Also, I know in the past I had been advised against it by friends. Those same friends are the friends that are no longer my friends. I have been considering starting a TikTok. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. I don't know if right now I have the energy and the motivation to record multiple shorts per day, or like multiple things per day, because it would be one YouTube short and probably one TikTok a day. I don't know. I will update you guys when I make a decision whether I'm going to do that or not. We'll see. But for now, eventually, hopefully by summer, I will start recording longer form videos for YouTube again. I'm not going to promise anything because I've been planning to do that for a long time and something always comes up. But if I can get myself motivated to do so, I will try to start doing that again. I don't know if Minecraft roleplays are ever coming back. We have lost basically our entire team. Like, there was originally almost 10 of us working on those Minecraft roleplays, whether it was building, recording, actors, even though a lot of it was just improv nonsense. We were, I guess, acting for most of it. Or just people playing characters that didn't talk. Whatever. We're down to 2? Occasionally 3, when Peppy's not busy. I mean, I think I could, if we were going to try to get serious about doing roleplays and they're not busy, Muffin might help, but I don't want to drag somebody into something they don't want to do. So like I said, I don't think Minecraft roleplays are coming back. There could be the potential of an Ark roleplay thing. That is something me and Matt have been talking about doing for a while. We were going to do that on the server, but I didn't get around to doing longer videos back then, and now we're no longer playing on the server because of issues. That is another thing I had to deal with over the new year. Like, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I have already explained it in detail, but me and Matt and Peppy, at some point, all 3 of us had played on this server, on Ark. Peppy quit playing before we did. He only played on there with us for a few months, but me and Matt played on this server for 5 years. We started playing around like September of 2020, and they had done some server wipes. We've, stuff has changed throughout the years, but we were still on the server with the same people. Same server owner. I don't know if they got new admin, or if somebody was mad at us for something. I don't want to accuse anybody of anything because I don't know what happened. But the rule is you have to reset your timers or you lose your stuff. Matt had just reset our timers on Christmas Day. And 2 days after Christmas, or not even 2, I think it was the day after Christmas or something, our stuff was gone. Our base, our animals, our characters were dead and lost all of our stuff in our inventories. The animals were the hardest because, as talked about in the past, me and Matt both have a bad habit of getting attached to our video game pets. And you're talking some of those animals we had had since 2021. That is a long time to have a video game pet and not feel some kind of emotional attachment to it. So, plus some of those pets were gifts from friends on the server that we held on to for years. The Ark animals, the base, the stuff we had in our inventories, it meant a lot to both of us for it to just suddenly be gone and us not be given a reason why. We hadn't broken any rules. Our timers were reset. We weren't breaking animal limit rules. We weren't breaking build limit rules. Our stuff was just gone. To us, for seemingly no reason. Like I said, I don't know if somebody had it out for us and got admin access. I don't know if somebody just wanted our stuff. I don't know if somebody just made a mistake on timers. Like, I know it wasn't on our part. I distinctly remember resetting timers right before Christmas Eve, whether it was on Christmas Eve or the day before. My uncle even said he saw me on, like, walk by and see me on Ark on the TV. Right before Christmas Eve. Matt reset the timers on Christmas Day. We should have had an entire week. And after everything else I have described that happened last year on this stream, for that just to happen right between Christmas and New Year's, that was almost my breaking point there. Like, the friends leaving was already almost my breaking point, then that happening, it just, let's just say, if it had not been for the friends that stayed, the family members that I live with, my real pets, Sims, Fortnite, and Pokemon, I probably would not have survived from October to January. Like, mentally, I was not doing well. I'm sure some of it showed on stream. I'm sure some of it still shows on stream. I mean, I've spent half of this stream crying. And yeah, to some people, it probably just seems like I'm complaining about a stupid video game and stuff getting deleted on it. But like I said, 5 years on a server with these same people. Some of our stuff on the server we had had for 4 years. A lot of it was gifts from friends that we had made on there. A lot of it with a lot of memories and a lot of attachment after, less than 3 months after losing real friends that I thought wouldn't leave. Because I've had a bad history with friends getting bored of talking to me, or people I thought I could trust turning out to be jerks. And I remember too, a few days before these people started leaving, I was talking to somebody I had met on a dating app, and I had literally mentioned how much it meant to me that I finally had friends that wouldn't leave. And then 4 of them left. Without a word to me. That stuff hurts. And like I said, I know they had to have their reasons. And, I mean, I guess they really didn't owe me a reason or anything. But it would have been nice to know why. Nice to know why people I knew, I trusted, and I cared about for 7 years, almost 8, just up and left without a word. And I mean, I've had long friendships end because we just slowly drifted apart and stopped talking, or because we got too busy to really talk. But for one of these friends, this was a person I talked to almost every day for years. That just one day stopped talking to me altogether. Stopped replying when I said anything. And then after about 2 weeks of not replying to anything I said, left. Like I said, I saw it coming for a couple of weeks, but it didn't make it any easier when it actually happened. And I hope they're all doing well, you know? Because I still care about them. But it's also been hard when I go back to like older games and I have stuff in those games that they gave me or that was a reference to an inside joke. I mean, even my second Yu-Gi-Oh account, it's a nickname that one of those people gave me. Which, I mean, I can change it, and I will eventually have to. But yeah, I think I should probably end this stream and go to bed. But anyway, like I said, plan is to hopefully get back into making longer videos again. Still gonna keep up with the YouTube shorts. Still gonna try to keep streaming when I can. Hopefully next stream is a little more upbeat, you know? I try not to get overly emotional on streams, but it happens. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to anyone who's subscribed. Sorry about all the emotion and all the crying and complaining. At least my game saved and didn't crash. Earlier it crashed on the initial loading screen again. So that crashing issue hasn't been solved with the update. Oh, by the way, since I don't know like how many people that watch this actually play Sims on console, I know there are quite a few people that still play it on console, but a lot do play on PC. The size of the console update was 21 gigabytes. I have terrible internet. Like yesterday when I saw the size of the update, I was telling my friends, guys, I may not be able to play Sims for several days. Thankfully, I got part of the update done yesterday and the rest of it finished pretty early on this morning. So I was able to play. But still, like, big update. And that's part of why I didn't stream yesterday. I was frustrated that the update was taking so long. Like, 21 gigabyte update. I had it running most of the day yesterday, and it only managed to get about 7 gigabytes done. So that was very frustrating. And I was also just tired and moody and didn't feel like streaming Fortnite. And didn't really want to mess with loading up another game that I haven't played in a while. Tomorrow I may stream Fortnite because I need to do Save the World Challenge. I need to try to level up to get more V-Bucks. Because Friday Fortnite is getting new Star Wars skins. And it's Anakin and Ahsoka from the Clone Wars cartoon. Which are the versions of their skins that I wanted from the first time I heard that we were going to be getting an Ahsoka skin and an Anakin skin, but they weren't the ones they released first. but I don't have the V-Bucks to get them. I should get my crew pack V-Bucks tomorrow, I think. But then other than that, I kind of have to try to earn the rest of my V-Bucks by leveling up to get my Battle Pass rewards claimed and trying to do Save the World challenges. So tomorrow probably Fortnite stream, although it's also... No. I was gonna say it could be a possibility of doing a Warframe stream, but I think that would be more likely for Friday or Saturday, because I'm currently crafting a Prime Warframe skin, or not skin, but Prime Warframe that won't be done for like a day and a half still. And then, also waiting for a pet to incubate on there, which will take 2 days. But again, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you to anyone who subscribed. Hopefully I will see you guys soon for another stream. I'm gonna go start getting ready for bed, I think. Alright, good night everybody.